A farming sim where you're an alchemist gliding through the sky, saving the world from a corrupted being by restoring one man's sanity, battling spirits, and creating your own powerful team. This is what Moonstone Islands is all about. Our adventure starts on a captivating island of our family before our main character embarks on a year-long journey, learning the basics to farming, keeping up with our crops, and the various tools we will start with when we live on our own. You will then receive a medallion passed from generations that house 3 starter spirits for you to choose from, thanks to dear old dad. A fire type called Shmeep, an electric Capri, and an earth type named Anglio. I suggest having the Shmeep as a starter since you will not be finding fire types for a very long time. But I chose Capri, captivated by its electric personality and the ability to come back alive with 10 HP once taken down. After choosing our spirit to call our own, it's time to learn to battle. In short, you have energy. Every card plays some energy. Basic attacks and bashes can be played, and bashes is how you knock out the enemy spirit, making them stunned for 1 turn and take more damage than usual. It's quite simple for the beginning, but later down the game you will have to learn to adapt. Training is done, and with the medallion you are able to house 3 spirits at once in your team and upgrade them in 4 distinct categories. Armor for defense, health for survivability, speed for who strikes first, and power for strength. I forgot to mention that every time you level up, you get a choice of various cards to choose from. These cards can drastically change your build and your deck entirely because you gotta think about every single spirit that's on your team and plan accordingly. Too many cards gets messy. Too little cards becomes, kinda hard to actually do anything. We will play with this all more later. It's time though to have our emotional moment with our family, getting our last tearful farewells before flying off to an unknown island. Apparently the one thing we were never taught was how to fly, cause we start plummeting from the sky, crashing alone with our tools scattered and smashed. So now we have to go around finding the parts, seeds, and pieces that are lost and pick up our now decrepit and broken broom, unable to be used anymore. But we seem to have stayed up too late, and we passed the fuck out. Once awoken into town by being saved by the tavern girl named Osana, being tended for and cared for, giving you the option to go meet the new locals of this very wonderful and beautiful place, for, you can get to know them, love them, or you could just outright neglect them. It's not needed for the story. You could do and play the game without having to do any of the love stuff that most farming games require, or, allow you to do. But you will be missing out on some varied personality and some quest items you can collect. And dear old mom's worry was true because our broom is busted and we now need help and stranded on the town that hopefully is what we were supposed to go to anyway, because we get the recipe for a balloon. That is our first quest coming here, is to be able to craft a balloon to go travel to any of the islands that we may want to see. There are in fact 10 people living on this island together, with each having their selective role to keep the community alive. And, each one with their own personality that you would love to get to know, and their special someone that you may want to find. Now, you get to be set off to explore the island and go above where their living space is to place your own home. You can't really go anywhere right now, so you gotta work with what you got, and there's a lot of land you can destroy and till and fertilize to your own well-being. Once you find a spot you want to place your house and call home, you won't be able to move it anymore, but you can craft another one once you get enough of a certain material called Moonstone, which is kinda whole gimmick of Moonstone Islands. Now let me tell you this, there is secretly an 11th character thanks to the Magic Man, which is the key plot point to everything that has happened to this world as a whole, but their memories are fractured and locked away in various dungeons across the Isles. Once all the pieces are put together to connect his thoughts and mine, Alright, wait, that's a bit too far. Let's start back to our first day of spring and just let it all sink in. You will start in spring, learning the lay of the skies, crafting a balloon after a while to use your stamina to float to various other islands in the sky. Every island has a moonstone you can collect, as well as a type-specific plants for each island, and there are a lot of them. Used for buffing your team, healing yourself, and alchemy, which will be used more later, but still collect every seed you can to grow them yourself. gather plenty of plants that can tame spirits too. That is utmost importance. Plus, you'll need 2 moonstones to create yourself a new and improved flying broom, patent intended. Progression is happening, oh wow, and with your faster mode of transport, you can explore farther and find more special types to build up your team. Just be careful, the further you go, the stronger the enemies you encounter. A little tip though is I suggest get lucky or go out searching for a psychic storm which appears at random on one of the 100 islands, replacing normal plants with specials and giving psychic spirits. There are cards that stack your energy, allowing you to get more plays per turn. Oh yeah, so we have fire types, poison, earth, electric, ice, psychic, and dark types. Not to mention the hollow variants for each one that gives a chance of spawning. I really want to go in more depth with all this, but it will literally take way too long for this video. So we're going to cut it short and move on to, where to place them all. With all those spirits, you'll need a place to put them, so craft the spirit barn as fast as possible. No, the spirit barn in the workshop isn't the actual barn, but an upgrade to it. The real barn is crafted on the enchanted table, allowing you to house 100 spirits more. But you'll still need to craft those damn troughs so you can feed and place when tamed. Not to mention eggs exist that you have chances to find in battles, chests, or by your spirits in the barn that need to be placed on an egg nest. These eggs give you fresh spirits to change and build however you want, compared to the wild variants that you capture. Now, alchemy isn't really touched up upon a lot, but still has a role to play if you were to use it. The brewing stations is used to combine 2 types of plants together to create a potion, like a super health potion, or if you want one that takes away the spirit's armor. The cauldron is used to make specific potions, like resistance ones, and the anvil is just to craft resistant charms, which makes resisting potions obsolete. When you do get into alchemy though, remember that winter plants are the best ones to farm and own, but you're not allowed to farm in winter, so make sure to have a greenhouse and even max it out before and fill it with the best plants to maximize use and output every season. Well, that's great and all, but using this broom takes too much energy and it's so slow. Well then, get our new addition, the glider. For just 3 moonstone bars and $500, you could get yourself something that's efficient, fast, and safe for the environment, allowing you to zoom through the skies to the far corners of the world you couldn't reach before. The last thing I'll touch up on is the decorating and personal touch you can give to your world and home is amazing. I mean, you could check out their Reddit and just see the creations some of these people make. The creativity is insane. I just feel that there should be more to unlock than furniture. When you open a chest, you have a chance for blueprints that can range from a super useful beacon to unlocking a new table. A little more underwhelming in my opinion, but it is still a great addition for anyone who just really loves giving that touch to their home, having that creative freedom. While you play the game, you learn as you go, and got goals to complete with some of the townsfolk, like fulfilling every season's seed requests, giving Zed all your spirit essence, or crafting your mother a new potion. Although these aren't the real goals, no. Something much darker, more mysterious, with little information on. Remember the Magic Man? In short, the story is simple. Not many know of what happened before everything fractured. When you talk with the townspeople or date them, you can learn snippets of the past of what it felt like from their families or their experiences, as well as the ancient lore of each of the 4-season dungeons as spoken by the Magic Man. Its floating islands concealing a mystery that disrupts the very elements. The Forgotten Temples, now source of chaos, beckon for you as you embark on this enigmatic journey, unraveling the secrets of the 4 temples, matching the 4 seasons. Navigate the gauntlet of spirits whom feel neglected from the world, and confront a formidable boss guarding the elusive seals. What do these seals do? I am so glad you asked. Here we go. Each dungeon matches a corresponding season: spring, summer, fall, and winter, which is also how the game progresses in difficulty and in collecting more valuable crops, being winter as the best and spring as the worst. Every temple has a seal collected once you've defeated the Guardian, as well as special tools you find to utilize on your journey. Before you can even do anything with these seals, you have a task ahead of you to solve, finding the 15 pieces of the Magic Man's mind to repair the magic mirror, allowing himself to be whole again, because right now, he is a fractured man with secrets that is the key to saving your corner of the world. Who is this Magic Man and where do you find him, I hear you ask? Well, who he is a bit complicated to explain, since there really isn't much on his character, although we could say he helps you if you go down from fights or if you pass out from exhaustion. The one that teaches you the temple and what each one represents and how to use the seals to fix the rift on the Dark Islands. He sells you cards to add straight to your deck, and once his mind is fully healed, will live in town permanently. But till then, you can only find him by chance out in the wild in his chicken coop of a house. This just adds another question. The hell are the Dark Islands? Well, in total, there are 100 islands per generation, and progression is that the closer the islands to the town, the lower level monsters that spawn, which will be earth and water types. Mid-islands will be electric, fire, and poison, while the final islands on the far corner of the map are dark, which are corrupt or glitched, not made for this world. Dark islands house the strongest spirits in the game, generally, and their islands cause tick damage to yourself at a rapid pace unless you craft a dark resistance charm. There are no dungeons or mines in this island, but it has one important key feature, and that is the pedestals, and the big fucking glitched out rift in the center. Each pedestal takes a seal, and once all are placed down, the rift finally closes, swallowing the chaos away. You think it's that easy as that? Nope. Hands of the Damn Universe comes out with 20 defense and 1,000 health, along with 2 puppet spawns as he dark raise your team to 1 HP, filling your deck with useless curse cards and his minions, plummeting your team to darkness, and even if you survive the first raid, the thing will do it multiple times till you utterly die. If you want to see my climactic victory or defeat against this boss, I suggest you wait for my extra long 100% video coming out. Once you defeat the Hand of the Void, it'll finally seal up, and the Magic Man thanks you with the realization that only he will know the feats and journey you just took to save part of the world, with everyone else in ignorant bliss. But you do get a Moonstone machine that spawns a Moonstone every day, so that's pretty cool. How many of those things exist is unknown, and past that fight you complete the main storyline, leaving you with more questions than answers, but still plenty to do. You have islands to repair, spirits to save, and islanders to befriend and work with. The dangers are still very much alive with the wild spirits roaming with a bloodlust, but at least the main threat that loomed over you and the Magic Man can finally come to a close. For only $20, I'd say this is a well worth purchase for hours of content to enjoy. There will be parts of the game that just feel too slow or complex, and the game does have that feeling like it's missing something, whether it's story, filler, or something in between seasons, or just unsure why you're still getting your ass kicked by a level 15 as you are 35 plus team. Personal experience. It still has its vast charms from the characters and how they even have their own set pronouns to feel more inclusive. The art style giving off a Studio Ghibli vibe, which is very intentional, and the strategies and islands you could play with, let alone the furnishings you can own, just makes the game a treat for anyone who wants a unique farming experience. Want something a little similar to this game? I suggest watching our last video about a Stardew-like game called Sun Haven. It is mystical, it is magical, and it is perfect for you. Till then, have a good one, and have a good day.